Hi there, I'm Cherry Flowers, and today we're going to be talking about how to save seeds. So there's some seeds that are easier to save than others. Some plants cross-pollinate, and so those are not good plants to save seeds from. For example, melons, cucumbers, those kinds of things can cross-pollinate, and you end up with a plant that's different than the parent plant. Some of the seeds that are easiest to save would be peppers, beans, peas. Even tomatoes can be done, but they're a little more complicated. So let's just start today with peppers. I have 4 different colored peppers here. I've got a yellow, an orange, a green, and a red. And each of these inside, as you can see, would have a bunch of seeds in there. And if depending on the size of your garden, you probably won't need this many seeds, so you can share them with your friends. These are already open, but you get the idea. When you open up the pepper, some of the seeds will probably just fall out automatically. And if you just want to save a few, you can start with that. If you want to, you can save all of them by taking them off of the rind. So there's the seeds. And then what I usually do, you can't just put them in an envelope like this because they're so moist still. So they need to dry down. So we just put them on a plate, and then we let the seeds dry. And it depends on, the amount of time it takes for the seeds to dry is going to depend on how humid your space is. And so it might take a while. I wanted to just show you that when seeds are dry, this for example is a golden cayenne, and this whole pepper itself is dry. This is another way to save seeds, is to dry the pepper and then take the seeds out. So as you can see, the dry pepper seeds have a completely different look than the fresh pepper seeds. I should point out that the peppers that we're using here are all organic peppers, and there's a reason for that, because when you use organic peppers, you know that they're not going to have any kind of a treatment on them that would keep them from being able to grow. So once you've pulled your seeds out and you put them on the plate, now obviously if you only want to grow yellow peppers, then you just keep those seeds. And then once they're dry, like these seeds are, you take an envelope. You can get an envelope of any sort, size, and then just write the name of the seeds on there. If you want to get fancy, you could probably go ahead and add like a picture of your pepper on the front of that envelope so that you can remember what it was that you were going to grow. And then if you wanted other colors of peppers to grow, you can you can take the orange pepper seeds out, and then what I usually do is just put it on the envelope, and that way I can put it right near that seed on the plate, under the plate. And then keep this somewhere where I can later add the seeds to the envelope once they've dried out really well. And they really have to be dry, because if they're moist, they'll just get moldy and they won't grow. So that's really important. Another kind of a seed that's really easy to save is bean seeds. And this year we grew some purple beans. They're called burgundy beans. They're really fun because when they're growing, they're purple. And when you pick them, you can cut them up and use them in a salad, and they are purple. But if you're going to boil them, they actually turn green. So these actually dried partially on the vine out in the garden. And then I brought them in and they dried further here. So what you do is just take the bean apart, and you can see inside the bean are the seeds. And obviously keep as many as you think you might be able to plant the next year, or share some with some other people. Since these are so dry, we can go ahead and put these into an envelope right away. So just writing the name of the burgundy bean on the outside of the envelope, putting the bean seeds inside, and then you can just save those for the next year. The bean seeds are going to be direct seeded right into the garden. The pepper plants here in Minnesota, we would start those plants in advance, about 8 weeks ahead of time, and then we plant them out into the garden at the end of May. That's a point at which we know that we are unlikely to get frost and they're unlikely to get killed. So that's pretty much it for saving seeds for today. It's really the simplest method, and they're the simplest things that you can save. So hopefully you're able to save some and share some. Thanks so much for listening today.